Hello, my name is Russell with the Piano Outlet. This morning I have Sal with me. Sal is our master piano technician. Sal used to work for Steinway. How many years ago?
Well, I left Steinway in 1988. Give you some idea, and I started in the 60s. No, 59 I started.
Wow. I started when I was born. Well, I don't know if I should say that. But what's amazing is that Sal came to work for us in the early 1990s and then soon found out that, well, we're both from Staten Island, but soon found out, like, years later, that he used to tune my piano.
Yep, at home. A broken down upright.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing. But actually, we're here to talk about this piano and this silent system. And incidentally, Wayne, I'm making this video for you as well. This is Wayne's piano up in Oklahoma. It's going to be leading here today. He's been waiting for this piano very patiently. We've had a problem getting the equipment. It finally came in. It's finally installed, and it's actually working very nicely. And some of the things that I want to talk about, a lot of people say, well, installing the mute rail, because the silent system incorporates a mute rail that when activated, it prevents the hammers from hitting the strings. So everybody says, well, doesn't that change the way the piano feels? In answer to your question, it does. So Sal, maybe you could say what you do in order to rectify that so the piano feels...
Well, what happens, once he puts the mute rail in, the hammers come up, they stop. And what happens, you have no touch at all. It's just solid pressure. The hammer hits that rubber, and it's a solid pressure. So what we have to do, I have to compensate my drop and my let off. This way, it still feels like you're playing the piano. As you can see, how nice the touch is now. It's still the same way as the previous. But there's a lot of adjustments you have to make. Under here, there's called a let off button. I have to compensate the let off button, and then I have to compensate the drop. And I have to synchronize the drop and the let off to make it work properly.
What do they call that when you press the key down and it stops and then you feel it go down?
Right, that's called aftertouch.
That's called aftertouch. And that's the thing. That's a main difference between electronic pianos and electronic keyboards that don't have that the piano has. So when you have the mute rail in the on position, you still want it to feel like a real piano because you're
practicing. That's what it feels like. As you play it, you'll actually feel the depth in it. You'll feel the aftertouch going down, and your keys will go down like you're playing the piano regular.
And I can tell you that, I've seen other people do mute rails, and nobody does this adjustment.
Nobody.
So when you have the mute rail in the on position, it stops the hammer from hitting the strings. It feels like you're playing on
wood.
wood.
Boom, it stops up there. It doesn't break the point. So as you're playing it, you feel like you're going to break something.
Yeah. So
and when we regulate it, it plays now. And you have the aftertouch.
Yeah, well, that's what makes it. That's what makes all the difference.
Yes.
So anyway, thank you for being in this video.
My pleasure. Thank you.
I just want to show them a little bit more about the calibration, how you calibrate it. When you first set up this piano and you have the Magic Star unit turned on, you press metronome and the on button at the same time, and it will ask you to press every key. I calibrated very lightly, and how you calibrate it lightly when it asks you to press every key is you just hit every key very lightly. And what that means is that you'll achieve a note strike playing very lightly. That's the way I like to have it. It's not necessary to be playing this hard, especially when you have the hammer shank hitting, a metal bar of rubber on it. The silent system is really used for practicing, for memorizing. It's a tool. It's not something that you would sit here and you would bang on and perform on. But anyway, so if the camera will come over here, I just want to show you a little bit about the mute rail and how it functions. This is the metal rod here that goes all the way across that I installed, if you see it. And what happens is that right now it's on the on position. And incidentally, don't ever remove the action with the mute rail in the on position because you'll break a hammer. Always make sure it's in the off position, which is that. Incidentally, it's a great sounding piano, but the mute rail on this piano works perfectly, and it should because I installed it. So anyway, that's a little bit about the piano disc mute rail and silent system. It really is the best one on the market today, and I rate this along with Disclaviers, a factory. I play one at my house. I have a C1 silent that I practice on. And there's really no difference in the two systems. Even the piano sounds are about the same quality. It's just a question in the quality of the installation that makes the difference. So anyway, thank you for taking time to watch this video. And right before we close out, the camera will pan around and take a look at the piano real quick so Wayne can see his piano before it goes out. See how nice it is? I'll put the floorboard back on. This is a 1980 piano, and as you can see, it looks like brand new, basically. And this is an all original piano. All we did with this piano is we detailed it, cleaned it, tuned it, regulated, put in the sound system, and she's ready to go. It's going to be packed up now. It gets packed up right here in this blanket and everything. And Wayne, you'll see it shortly. Thank you very much.